She ain't on fire, but still alive. She cook, but don't clean, she gon' steal your heart. She don't look like you, but she built apart. She ain't cheap, cause the bill is hard. They don't cut her like Esther. Cold weather ain't nothing, she just sew it up, yes sir. Block the boss, they done blew it up. Gun him down, she gon' hit the wall.
For the beginning, so also there wasn't a red flag from the beginning. So that argument's already just discredit, throw it out. Discredit, throw it out. This point, help them work through something. We're throwing down real quick. You know, like this. If you start seeing like
nothing is changing. Leave before it gets too much. How much is too much? Till she dies? End up in the hospital? R.I.P. How much is too much? Okay, the next two people is Sterling and who else? Nicole. And Nicole.
our favorite scissors shoot. Our favorite scissors shoot.
Are you serious? Right. All right. Is it appropriate to go into a relationship with an ex as a close friend? Go.
Okay, is it appropriate to go into a relationship
with an ex as a close friend?
I don't think it is, because at the end of the day, why are you taking baggage into a new relationship?
Period.
Like, there's no point. And then you're like, what if your ex interferes into what you have going on for your future? Like, they can always ruin it, but you don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's like really, really deep.
Like, you literally have a minute.
Okay, I mean, cause like, why? I don't know. Like, that's the same. Like, I can rebuttal, right?
Yeah, she can rebuttal. Go.
Alright, so one of the keys, so I agree that you shouldn't bring an ex into the relationship, mostly because one of the key foundations for a relationship is trust. And bringing an ex into a relationship, it's gonna hinder that trust. They're not gonna be able to cross that bridge as easily. Because, you know, if they're a close friend, that means they're someone that you talk to a lot. You don't just, they're not acquaintances, they're not somebody you see and say hi. There's somebody that's also within your, it's not plagiarism. It's also, I'm saying they're not somebody that you can also just like, they go to a lot. They hang out with a lot. They spend time with a lot. You know, like I said, trust is a big part of a relationship. So when you're just hanging out with somebody that's all you've already been in a relationship with, that hinders the trust for your future relationships. You don't want to bring don't want to bring past baggage to the relationship.
Alright, you want to add on to that?
I guess going back on what he said about trust, you should always trust your partner. Don't ever think that someone's gonna do wrong in a relationship. Like, a relationship is built off of trust and love. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like as far as trust shouldn't be the main key part. It's just the part of like, why are you bringing something down when something else with someone else can happen?
Let them know, Nicole. Thank you. Let them know.
Alright, so like I was saying.
No, stop. Like you were saying.
Like I was saying, yes. Trust, like respect, trust is earned and not given. Trust is not a given thing. So you can't just trust somebody fully off the whip, especially if they're bringing in a previous relationship into a future one. Yes, like she said, trust is fully, you're supposed to give everybody your trust. But like I say, love many, trust few. You can't immediately trust somebody. You can't immediately trust fully somebody in a relationship. They have to earn that trust with you.
Alright, for the sake of the next round, y'all both advance because we need one more person to go to the next round anyways. But y'all both made very good, completely arguing. So therefore, y'all two, y'all are serious. Y'all are good. The ones that made it to the next round is Nicole, Beverly, Edward, and Sterling. The question is going, you know, off rail. Yeah, so, and there's no timing, so y'all can kind of really talk for as much as you want. So, okay, so for the first two people that's coming up right now is Beverly and Sterling, come on. Okay. If you've been in a relationship for 2 years and your spouse starts showing abusive tendencies but never hits you, what would you do? Would you stay? Would you leave? What would you do? Should I repeat it again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Okay, listen to the question. If you've been in a relationship for over 2 years and your spouse starts to show abusive tendencies, as in like
Just like any little thing
Like
that's
verbal-
like,
verbal
it can be
manipulation.
verbal manipulation, but he's never actually physically hit you. But he's probably like, he probably raises his voice, something that's kind of like, you know, sparks some type of abusive mannerisms. But he never touches you or hits you. Should you stay or should you leave?
You need to go. You need to leave. You need to run. In fact, change your name, change your everything. I'm playing, but no, don't stay because they've already planted that seed that's definitely going to come to fruition later. Like the results are going to show later on, even if it's not now. But they're already showing the tendencies. They're already showing. So I think you should leave. You should leave.
You feel like he should leave or she should leave or whoever it is, because you know boys can be abusive to girls and girls and vice versa. But my thing is, so say maybe raising his voice was something that he was kind of brought up with.
Then you feel
like she shouldn't be able to tell him like, hey, you're raising your voice.
Then I would have seen that in the beginning of the relationship.
You would have seen it?
Yeah.
So you should have seen those behaviors?
Like, there's no way it's just gonna start coming to you. And if it does, then something's wrong.
I remember raising your voice though.
Okay.
Abusive tendencies is a lot more than just raising your voice. That's what I was asking. What do you mean by abusive? Like, they're about to hit me or like what?
Abusive can be verbal abuse, manipulation, gaslighting, projecting, things like that are abusive tendencies.
So all that, and I should stay.
I'm just saying those are examples of
Okay,
things
go.
of
Raise your
abuse.
hand.
Yeah. No.
But like abusive tendencies doesn't mean they're actually like fully going into that. They're baby steps into it. But I don't think you should just flee the relationship immediately. I think you should definitely try and definitely voice that it's affecting you in some type of way.
Yes.
Because like you gotta work through things. Not everybody's gonna go into a relationship picture perfect. Everybody's gonna have a past. Everybody's gonna have like things for them that's not always perfect. Everybody's gonna have their own personal demons. So when it comes to like somebody having abusive tendencies, that's not full on abuse. They're not full on abuse. They just have tendencies that shows it, such as yelling, such as sometimes.
So like you said it was, but you said it was baby steps.
There's a baby.
So if it's baby steps, isn't like a peekaboo?
But I mean, I'm not saying that they're just gonna become abusers, because you know we all have tendencies that are abusive at times. We all yell at times. But I'm saying that you can go to counseling. You can work through your problems with the relationship. You can communicate with each other. You can say, hey, this is hurting me. Hey, when you're doing this to me, I feel this type of way. Just to leave and not give them a chance to change, it makes no sense. Those are baby steps. They're not abusing you.
Right.
Think about it. Honestly. Would you it's different when somebody really puts their hands on you. At that time, I don't ever say stay with them because they really made the choice to put their hands on you. But somebody that just gets loud, gets rowdy, and their tendencies, maybe you didn't see them again in the relationship. There's honeymoon parts of the relationship where everybody seems perfect. We all go through the honeymoon phase, everything seems good, you guys are cuddling, you guys are talking on FaceTime all night, everything seems good, but then when it goes to the rocky phases, people's true faces start to come out, and you're going to leave them when they actually start showing their true self.
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, you're not going to work through it to make it better.
Don't talk to the audience.
But you're not going to work through it to make it better. I think in a relationship, you help each other grow. You help each other grow. When you're in a relationship, you're not already fully grown.
Go ahead.
Okay. You had said something about they're only showing little tendencies. That doesn't just mean you should leave them. I have a question for you. Do you have red flags before you decide to actually get serious with somebody? Are there things that are factors to whether you want to go into something with somebody or not?
Yeah, but if you're gonna use this to discredit my argument,
I'm not discrediting them.
Answer our question.
Okay, yes, I have red flags.
Yes. So if you have red flags going into a relationship, hey, okay, this already is a no for me. Why are you judging them based off of straight that? Why can't you grow when you get into the relationship? So that reason that you gave is also invalid.
Wait. I got this. You can't say, red flags to a relationship, because when you begin into a relationship, you make that commitment to actually try to work together.
Okay.
So it's different than going into a relationship than being. The question was, you're going into a relationship and you see somebody doing this. That's totally different. This is somebody you're in a relationship for years, right?
Remember, it's years. It's years.
It's 2 years.
No, over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Okay.
You're over 2 years dating in this relationship,
okay.
and they start showing abusive tendencies. So obviously they didn't show in the beginning, so obviously there wasn't no red flags in the beginning. So that argument's already just discredit, throw it out. Discredit, throw it out. But I have a question for you. If you get in a fight in your relationship, what are you gonna do?
What do you mean if I get
if you get into an argument in a relationship, you guys walk your separate ways, you go to sleep angry and everything like that. What do you guys plan to do? How are you gonna fix it?
By talking?
By talking to each other, right? By voicing your opinion.
Abusive tendencies is the significant other, like, or basically like exerting that power on a person.
Abusive
is a one-way thing. It's not.
I'm not saying it's both of you abusing each other. But I'm saying that if somebody has something wrong with them, and you're, like for example, I'll give it like this. If you start seeing like a sibling going through some troubling steps, and you see them going down a wrong path, are you gonna abandon them?
No.
No, why? Why? If you have a close friend that's going down the wrong path, are you gonna abandon them?
No.
Audience.
No. So here's why. Because you owe yourself some type of lore to them that you want to help them work through something. We're turning down real quick. I have something to say.
Let him talk.
So like I'm saying, this is a relationship you're in for 2 years. You're making a commitment to work with this person through whatever you guys are going through until it's too much. Just because somebody's going down a bad path doesn't mean you cannot help them go back down the other way. Doesn't mean you can't work through your problems. It's just because you see a red flag doesn't mean you can't help them get back to green.
Because traffic light, guess what? Traffic light goes from green.
Okay.
So yellow to red.
We're not perfect beings.
Okay, we're talking now.
Okay, let me talk.
But we're talking about abuse. We're not talking about, oh, they're lazy, or oh, they don't clean up after themselves, or oh, we're talking about abuse here. Where's that limit that you're trying to get that person to before they finally show you their true colors? We're talking about abuse, like you could die type stuff. We're talking about abusive tendencies. And also, if they're showing abusive tendencies, I definitely agree with you to talk to them. But why I said leave is that, like, I feel like from the beginning, if they're yelling at you, like, there's no way, like, we're arguing, you're yelling at me, and I'm not gonna like show that I'm scared type stuff. And you keep doing that. Abusive tendencies, they keep showing you that. Nothing is changing. Leave before it gets too much. How much is too much? Till she dies? Ends up in the hospital? R.I.P. How much is too much? We're talking about abuse. We're not talking about you're lazy. We're not talking about, these are not little red flags like, oh, they have tattoos, or oh, they have. We're talking about somebody's life. We're talking about somebody's life. We're talking about somebody. Not somebody's wife or husband, sister. We're talking about somebody. This is a human being. You should never have a reason to put your hands on your significant other.
Hey, she's talking.
Manipulate, whatever it is, whatever the abusive tendency is. My thing is that I feel like off the bat, tendencies, it's plural. It's a lot going on. I feel like, okay, one thing happens and you raise it, we're both raising our voice, okay. But I definitely feel like, communication is key, and there's ways to de-escalate that you guys have worked through as a relationship. You've been there for 2 years, so definitely you've de-escalated arguments, right? But they're now showing abusive tendencies, like, yo, they're getting tired of your mess up. They're getting tired of the way you talk so much, and they're ready to act out. Leave. When you can fix your stuff while being friends. You don't gotta be together. Period. And when I'm talking, this is what she said. This is
okay. Do you have one last thing to say?
Yeah. So she brought up abuse. I brought up abusive tendencies. Abusive tendencies talks about projecting, gaslighting, manipulation. And when you say when there's enough too much, when do you stop trying? So I never said keep trying all the way till it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I said take the time to be patient and also communicate with them and tell them what's going on. If they're repeatedly doing something, abusive tendency doesn't mean they're repeatedly doing it over and over again for years and years and years.
It's plural. Finish your thought and it's over.
It's plural.
Tendencies means they have more than one.
But you've been together 2 years.
Okay. Go.
Tendencies means they have more than one.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's repetitive.
Okay.
Just because you have bad qualities, doesn't mean there's always going to be there. It's just more than one. Doesn't mean you can't work through them and make them better.
Okay.
But like I said, I agree. If they get worse, leave.
Okay. As the judges, we're gonna have to take a minute to discuss this one because this was kind of hard. Y'all can leave. Judges. We came to a deliberation and we felt
Sterling won. He said he won.
Alright, next. Edward and Nicole, up to the stage. What should you do if you're in a relationship where one partner wants to have kids and the other doesn't? What should you do? Alright, ready?
Is there a reason why?
Just, that's the question. You can bring an example of the reason why, but that's just the question.
I mean, well, leaving would be the easy option. So I mean, for me, I don't like giving up, so I wouldn't leave, but I would find a compromise because at the end of the day, I can't force a child under my wife, but I mean,
What would the compromise be?
that's the thing. Because when you're going into marriage, you want kids. If you don't want kids, why would we be married? So
Because you should have talked about it.
most definitely should have been talked about before I even engaged or while we were dating.
She could have changed her mind. Put it down.
That is true. She could have changed her mind for sure. I mean, if you change your mind and we're already married, that is one selfish for sure. Another thing is, yeah, adoption is available. Don't get me wrong, there are kids that need families out there, and maybe the reason why y'all can't have kids is because she's infertile or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of situations.
I like it. Okay, yeah. So going off of what he said, bringing up adoption and then being selfish in a relationship, I feel like at the beginning of a relationship, it's very important to have these conversations if you want kids or if you don't want kids. And then when it comes to the point where somebody changes their mind, it's selfish. But then there's always other options, because I feel like what people forget is that, like, because the baby didn't come out of you, they feel like it's not their own. But you can love somebody unconditionally whether or not, because it's still a child that you can still bring up into this world and still make your own. Give them the clothes that you want to give them, take them to the school you want to give them, put them in the home and stuff, like, and love them forever, I don't know, that's just how I see it. I feel like why not give the opportunity? Like, it's just different. And you can pick age range when you adopt. It doesn't have to be a baby if that's the case.
The thing is, I know for me, I would love to have children one day. Like, I couldn't see myself having kids in the future and being a father.
Amen.
So the thing is, if my wife had told me that she didn't want kids, I would definitely be crushed. I wouldn't even know how to react, to be honest. I have to think on it. I mean, I wouldn't leave her, but I have to find out like why, talk through it, talk about it, and like I said, it's not up to me to change her mind. It's up to her at the end of the day. But I mean,
because also say, what's your question?
Okay, so what if y'all don't want kids and then she or he just go and adopt some and bring them home like
without even telling me?
Yeah, just like
See, but that's not right.
That's not right though. You got
like in every marriage you have to make compromises. Like something's gonna have to give in. Like you can't be the selfish one getting your way every time. Like that's just that's how a relationship works.
Yeah, when it comes to adoption, both parents have to be available. You just can't go by yourself and
Just
pick up kids.
Because my thing is, say it's because the girl just doesn't want to have to go through labor. Just like I brought up, you can easily adopt. You can solve that problem right there.
You can have a surrogate.
Or you can have a surrogate. Or maybe it's because the reason why she doesn't want to have kids is because she's afraid of gaining weight and she's afraid that she can't lose the weight, or she's afraid of just pregnancy period.
When it comes to that, I mean, of course, I couldn't relate because I'm not a woman, so I don't know what women would go through when it comes to that. It's like, I'm thankful that y'all can bear that pain. But I mean, knowing me, if I can, I'll encourage. Of course, I'm gonna be there for her throughout the pregnancy. If pregnancy is painful, I can't relate, but at least I'll still be there by your side, holding your hand, walking you through it, just comforting you, encouraging you. But I couldn't really.
Okay. You don't want to add something into the argument because we kind of like. Judge has a question.
These questions.
You know how y'all get into a relationship, y'all already lay down, y'all give each other 411. So what's the point of getting married? Y'all knew y'all wanted to get no kids.
But like they said before, if you later on down the road, anybody can change your mind. Because as you get older, you start to see like maybe some people feel like they're not fit to be a parent. Because I know some people feel like that, and I feel like that also has to do with if you know that you're not fit to be a parent at the beginning of the stage. At least there's still other roads down there. Because like I said, adoption and foster care, you can always pick up a kid that's 10 years old or 12 years old and then take it. It doesn't have to be a baby all the time.
The thing is, when you're going into a marriage, you know what you're signing up for.
Hey, can they talk?
You know what you're signing up for when you go into a marriage, like everything. And so why halfway or midway through the relationship, like of our marriage, you don't want to have kids no more. Cause
That's just not right. I feel like that's
you know what you want going into a relationship, into a marriage. Like
exactly.
You said you know what you're going into in a marriage.
I mean, why would you say this to me then?
But you have a point.
No, you know that you're going into a relationship with, you know, your partner being in mind. At the same time, you can't really paint the picture and say it's going to be rainbows and unicorns.
I know. I'm just saying if you know the future. I'm talking about the future with kids and all that.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that you knew going into the relationship that both of y'all wanted kids.
Yeah.
But then again, I think the question like we brought up is, what if they change your mind? You can't say they can't change your mind.
What would make you change your mind? That's the thing.
But like they said before,
reality
you need to change exactly
body image.
Which
age can also come to the point where they feel like, okay, we're at the age where I'm too old to have kids right now. I don't want to have to leave before my child turns 10.
The thing is, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait that long until there's an age, because I know around it's like in your late 30s, something like that, right?
I feel like that's like the point. Like when you get to like 34, 35, I'm done having kids at that. Like if I didn't have a kid then, I'm gonna find other alternatives. You know, I will find an alternative. But I do agree with what you said about like age, because sometimes it's like there's this fear of like the older you get, you're afraid of like being there and being present in that child's life still as you get older, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you're gonna make it or if you're not, and it's scary because then now you're gonna leave the child, and what's gonna happen to the child there? Who's still gonna be there to watch the child? You know? Yeah, but your husband like.
For the sake of the camera, because I don't know when it's gonna head off or whatever. What do you think gave the best convincing argument? Because y'all working on it.
Man, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm trying to advocate that for
What do you think? Because we need to get these last two people. What do you think? Who do you think gave the better? Y'all.
I feel like we kind of like the same argument. Because that was a hard question.
That was a hard question.
It was hard. And y'all kind of agree, but who gave the best convincing argument? Who you feel like?
I don't see you in the quote.
Kind of
I'll be interested at that one.
So you said no,
Huh? I think she wrapped it up.
she wrapped it up.
She did.
She went last.
Is it bad that she got her answer?
No.
So who you said? You said Edward?
Yeah.
You said Edward?
Oh my gosh.
I think Nicole. Alright, so Edward, you're going on to the next round. There's one last round. It's Edward versus Sterling.
Oh my god.
So obviously the guys took this round because it's down to the final actors. So this is the last question. If you're dating someone and your ex who you consider the one that got away because it was always the right person but the wrong timing finally shows up at the right time.
Was this my question?
Yes. Always should. Finally shows up at the right time but you're dating someone else. Would you break off the relationship with the new person or continue it? Did y'all understand that question? Because you understand it? Okay. So think about it.
I know he's just as mentally tired as I am. And we just both were in like 30-minute argument.
Think about it.
Okay. So if the significant other, if their ex came back and you thought they were the one that got away, they were gracious of one, you think they're the one. No, I wouldn't break it off.
You wouldn't break up the relationship that you're in, even if the person that you really care for came back in your life and it's the perfect time for you. You wouldn't? Okay, just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, so no, I wouldn't break it off because if time has passed, if they really do want me, then, you know, it's the time has passed, honestly. Like, I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired, but, like, honestly, I'm just tired, but I give you a lot of reasons, but it's more so just, it comes down to the fact that I've decided to be in a committed relationship with somebody else. There's no problems within that current relationship. Why would I just break it off just because somebody said they wanted me?
Yeah.
No, but what if y'all both, I'm saying y'all both wanted each other, but it was just bad timing. Like the timing was just not there.
Well, it's even worse timing because somebody else.
Ooh.
No, but how about if your feelings are stronger for the one that got away? And like the relationship you're in is fresh.
Yeah, it's a fresh, think about it like that way. It's a fresh new relationship. And the one, yeah.
You don't really know the person too well, but then the person you've been in like practically love with comes along, you gonna close your eyes or you gonna take a step? Come on.
Like, no, I'm gonna be honest. Like honestly, I'm definitely gonna take a double look at it. But like, when I make a promise with somebody, when I get into a relationship with somebody, I commit to.
But be 100 with yourself. That's gonna be in the back of your mind.
It's gonna be in the back. Yeah, of course.
So,
I mean,
so is it smart to kind of put that? So say that you're distracted now. Is it smart to kind of move forward with the new fresh relationship, knowing that your ex, or not even your ex, something that you care deeply for, is gonna be in the back of your mind? How I
handle something like this when it comes to like, you know, thoughts, you know. When it comes to stuff like thoughts, like you're thinking about, oh, it's in the back of your mind, but I mean, what's done in the dark will come to the light. So here I see it, I might as well bring it to the light anyways and just tell them how I'm feeling, who hit me up, this and that, and you know, talk through it. Like I think through most relationships, if you start communication through anything, you can overcome everything. So like, I don't know if my ex came back in and it's somebody I thought I was in love with, somebody I thought we broke up for a reason. Even if it was wrong time, wrong place, we broke up for a reason. You know, and I see no reason to go back to it if I'm already giving somebody else another chance. That's unfair to that person I'm giving that chance to. Because you never know, that could be somebody I fall in love with. I don't think love is something that happens quickly. I think it happens over time through actions. So yeah, just because I was with them for a long time doesn't mean this person I can't love them either. Doesn't mean I can't love this person either. So I mean,
be tired. Okay, tired. All right, go ahead.
It's your work,
just to bounce off that. I mean, yeah, for sure, if that was the first person you love, it's gonna be like a tough situation, but you also remember that y'all broke up for a reason, and like it's too little too late, and then at that point, it wouldn't be right to break off a commitment that you first took care of in the beginning. So, I mean, yeah. Everything you said is more deep.
Just and for those people that were like, I guess I'll give a counter argument to this anyway, just to spice it up. So I'll give a counter argument to this anyway. And so like, I know how like, this isn't me personally, but I can see it when people are like, it's a new budding relationship, but I already love this person, I already have a connection with them, I already have a vibe with them. A lot of people don't want to start over. You know, that feeling of starting over, and then it doesn't work out sucks. Going through a breakup where it didn't go anywhere, when you had hopes and you left somebody that you were already in love with, sucks. You know, that's basically like that's like saying you lost your dog or whatever. That you lost your dog that you were with for years, right? For years, right? And you get a new dog and you're just now starting to build that relationship with them, but your old dog come back. He know all the tricks. He know where you at. He know how to sit with you. He know how to do it right. All this and that. But you got this new dog who you're trying to train up and teach all this new stuff to get them to know you and stuff.
We're not dogs, Sterling.
There's no. I'm just giving an example. It's a hypothetical. But just so you can see how people can see those strong feelings with like something other than relationship. Yeah. So I can see how people want to go back to that. You know, it's something you know, something you haven't had a chance at. Everybody always wants a second chance. You know, and I think you should always give people a second chance. I think you shouldn't judge people off their first time. And especially if they want to come in and do better, why not give them a chance to do better? I don't know if my ex came back in and it's somebody I thought I was in love with, somebody I thought we broke up for a reason.
Okay.
That part.
I think Sterling will.
He got.
I think Sterling. So we have a clear winner for the whole entire game. Yeah. What do you win? You win nothing.
Okay, I get a hug. Go listen to my poem on Instagram at VaughnDeary.2.
Yeah, what all that. Give me a
Where we go?
But check out my poems on Instagram, VaughnDeary.2. I just posted a new one. Every
oh yeah, and leave who you think had the best argument or who you think should have won the entire round. Who do you think should have been the first two people to go head and head or the last two standing? Let me know.
You got me.
Every day's a beautiful day to be black.
No, you know, I didn't want the attention on me. I gotta cut.
I got
Run it up, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up, yeah, run it up, yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, shout out to Esther, she's slow as shit.